Hey, welcome back. I'm in the shop again today, and today I want to talk about Lexan, this clear acrylic sheet that we use on the windows. So I have on my hot rod, and of course the window's been in it for a number of years, some scratches. There was something that spilled on it that it left some little spots on it that I don't like. Um, so, I don't want to just replace the window. There's a local race car shop. The guys do, circle track stuff. I know they're replacing windows in guys' cars like frequently. It's not uncommon to get, problems. Obviously, you want to be able to see well out the window. But it's expensive. And, I could replace the window in my car, but besides the expense, it's kind of a pain in the ass to drill all the rivets out and then put it, cut it to fit, put the drill holes in the exact same spot, paint the back edges, and all. It's just a hassle. I would like to be able to just polish out the scratches that I have, and I'm sure there's a lot of guys that have a similar problem. So anyhow, what I'm going to do today is I got a sheet. I got a little scrap piece of Lexan here. This is actually a Tough Vac polycarbonate sheet, same stuff. At least that's everything I've read. It's the same stuff. So anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some coupons, some test coupons. So I'm just going to cut this into just a square it up a little bit, and tape off some windows in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scratch the entire sheet. I'll leave one of the squares I'll leave untouched, and the other squares I think I can get probably 6 out of them. But I'm going to try some different techniques. I've got one of these small buffers I bought recently just for this. It's got a little 3-inch pad on it, 2 or 3-inch pad. You put out either one. But I'm going to try some of these products that they have out for polishing plastic and see how they perform. Now, some guys say, you go with real fine sandpaper, go to 600, and then 1200, and then you can buff it out. So we're going to try that. And there's plastics, I guess it is. And there's a couple other, I think McGuire's. There's a couple other places that make, compounds that are supposed to quote, polish your plastic. So we're going to give those a try. And also, I'm going to try the flame method. You can flame polish some plastics. You got to be really careful with that, because if you don't do it right, you get blisters and obviously totally ruin the piece. But so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to cut this out, make some coupons. I did talk to probably 2 or 3 different, quote, plastics experts, vendors, right, distributors, that they sell all kinds of different plastics, and actually asked them the question, what do you guys use? What can I use? Is a manufacturer recommend anything? And pretty much I got crickets. Well, our guys, we got, and one of them said, well, we got a proprietary system we use. It's like, anyhow, that's what I'm going to do today. Sorry to drag it out so long. I'm going to cut these up, and hopefully we can come up with a good solution. And don't forget, if you like the content that I put out on my channel, like and subscribe. It's easy to do. And again, I don't know where it's going to. Actually, I think in the lower right corner, there's a little red square you can click on anytime during the video. Also, there'll also be a link down in the description where you can buy me a cold one if you feel like it. All right, hey, thanks. We're going to get right to it. Here we go. All right, so here I'm on the back side. I'll take my ruler here and nice big black Sharpie. Now my assumption is that we'll be able to see these lines through the other side without taking this back covering off. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to scratch this back side up. I want to, to give us a false indication of what kind of work we're doing. So now I'm gonna go get some sandpaper, and then I've got a little wire brush. I'll maybe drag a wire brush across there to put the scratches in, and then we'll come in with this guy. This guy here, I don't know if Let me bring this over. I purchased this thing here. This small DA, dual action random orbital polisher. And so it's got little pads on there. And I've got several different types of polish we're going to try. So back in a minute, I'll get that set up. Okay, so here's the setup. So I've got my sample of acrylic sheet, or not acrylic sheet, Lexan sheet. Apparently there is a difference between acrylic and the polycarbonate. So this is the polycarbonate sheet, same as Lexan. The other stuff is a little less durable. So I'm going to just put a couple of scratches on this, try and make them similar in all 7 of the squares, and then I'm going to try some different products. So I go up here, a little scratch here, some scratch there, scratch there, scratch there. You just go across them like that, right? You might not be able to see them too well, but you will before we're done here. Now I got just some sandpaper. I'm going to go in another spot. I'm going to do the upper right corner of those. So you may be able to see that. I know we got a bad reflection there, but. And then got a Scotch-Brite pad. I'll just do the bottom edge a little bit here. Oh, I forgot my reference up there. Okay, so those are scratched. Those are scratched pretty good. God, the reflections really stink. I was hoping I'd be able to show this better, but anyhow, we'll go through it. And of course, when I'm done, I'll peel the back off and I get a better look at it, maybe. Of what well, you know what? Let's see. Let's just see. Maybe I need to do that now. I don't know. If I do that, of course, I'll lose my squares that I marked out. But I don't think that's any better. Okay, I'm going to start with a couple of different products. There's this Novus heavy scratch remover. Novus fine scratch remover. I've got plastics, and just for grins, I'm going to try some of this Mother's, which is made for aluminum, but it's all just really basically just abrasives in there. So we'll try that. So I'll get my buffer out here, my orbital polisher, and so I haven't used this at all before. This will be the first use of this polisher. I just got it. And it's got a speed control. We'll set it on slow. We don't want to get too crazy. All right, so let's start with the we'll try with some of this. Well, that's pretty coarse there. I'm going to try the heavy scratch remover first on this Novus product. And of course you can see it's sealed. I haven't tried it before, so. Now it does say that you should apply it to the pad. So we'll apply some to the pad itself. It's probably enough. We'll try this in A. So here we go. I'm gonna put it down there. And I'm gonna just go over the whole thing, right? Just in the A block. All right, and I've got some cloths over here. Would have been better if I had this prepped a little bit better before we started, right? But okay, I got some new cloths, and that was A. So let's just wipe that off. and I could see that it it didn't really do jack shit, to be honest with you. I don't know if you can see that. There's still a lot of, it didn't really do anything. All right, so much for that. That was the heavy scratch remover. My guess is the fine scratch remover won't work any better than that, so I'll go to the Meguiar's Plastex. This has already been opened. All right, so I probably should change this, put a different one on because it's a different product, right? We'll try this in B. And that's, I'm sure, plenty. Let's see what we get here. Guess if I was doing this in a real scientific method, I'd be timing this and stuff like that, right? All right, so now it may have done a little bit. You know, they kind of suck. Neither of them did much, to be honest with you. All right, so I'm going to try. All right, I'm going outside convention here, right? I'm going to put some of this Mother's on there. Just put a good... Now, I use this for polishing aluminum, but it's probably a little more aggressive, maybe. We'll see what she does. Smells just kind of like car wax. All right. Let's see what that did. All right. And shit, it didn't do much. Well, about the same as the others. So, I mean, if you can hear this, you know, that's give you an idea that there's scratches in there. Up here, this one is less. So this did polish it out more. So the actual aluminum polish did probably a better job of taking those ridges down. But my preliminary is that the shit just doesn't fucking polish. So I'm going to play with it some more. And if I come up with any huge revelations, I'll put it on in the next segment of this. More to come. Okay, so Wyatt's here helping me today, and what we did was we tried a couple different things on panels C and D, and or D and E, I guess, right? So we got to E, and we tried a few different things. The best result we got so far was going with, what was it, 1500 grit sandpaper, wet sand?
615.
600, 1500, and then
2500.
2500. And then used, well, we tried a couple of other plastic polishes, but believe it or not, the aluminum polish, right? Yeah. Seemed to work the best. The polish out looks pretty good, except that one little, I'm trying, I got a really bad reflection here. You can see that one little scratch is still there. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and hit it with a flame now and see if that'll take that last remnants out of it. The torch is right there.
You want to try it on the one I just polished?
Yeah, do it on the one you just polished. And so folks that haven't used this before, so we've done this before on some other plastics. You got to be really quick and not get carried away. Don't hold the flame on there any length of time. hit it again. Alright. Now if you leave the flame on too long, it'll blister it, and then it's hold it toward me just a little bit. Oh, dude, you know, that's...
See it spotted.
Yeah, I see. You still see it, but it's better. Lift it up just a little. There you go. So I got something dark in the background. Yeah, well, I mean, it's better. I don't think it's ever going to be perfect, though. We could try polishing on it some more, but it's tough to make it crystal clear again. That's for sure. Anyhow, we're going to play with this stuff some more. Come back if we can come up with a brilliant solution here. This stuff is really hard to restore. That's for sure. All right, so we're here at the car. I'm trying to. I know we got a bad reflection from the light, so you can see all the marks on the windshield. We're just gonna go for it. Why it's taped off half the windshield. We're gonna use this buffer. From our experiment, we found that, believe it or not, the mother's aluminum polish works better on the plastic than any other stuff. So we're gonna give it a try. We're going in on this one. So if it doesn't work, we'll be replacing the windshield. We'll run this for a while and get back to it. Let's see how it turns out. So, oh yeah, that's that looks really good. All right, son, keep going. I'm really interested in that top part. There's really some bad spots up there. We can get those cleaned up, and maybe we'll go over it when we're done with the real fine polish of the Novus. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully these marks will come out. These are where the bad ones are at the top of the window. We'll let them go at it for a while. All right. So now you're going to take a clean rag and wipe that area. Oh, wow. It's working. I mean, I still see a little bit of where those marks were, but man, that's a hell of a lot better. Oh, I'm so happy. That's I think there's other little spots. I think we work at those a little bit more and probably get those out. Awesome. I like it. All right, let's keep going. So we switched to the bigger pad. We're going back over it again. Bigger pad makes more sense, of course. And we're using the firm pad, the firmer of the two. Make a few more passes with it and check it out. All right, so here goes. This was the second or third pass?
Third.
Third pass using the bigger pad. That's got almost all of it out. That looks excellent. To get a good, to get a better visual, I'm going to go inside the car and look out. And so, yeah, so there's what I was looking through, although it is dirty. But we had a bunch of those scratches, but now on the inside. Now what are you using to spray on the inside, to clean the
Just
inside?
general glass cleaner.
General, but it's ammonia-free stuff, right?
Yes.
It's from, is that from Car Guys?
Chemical guys, yeah.
Chemical Guys? Looks great. Looks great. Night and day. Well, that sure saves, you know, that is totally acceptable. It sure saves having to replace the whole damn windshield. I'm digging it. All right. I think we learned something here today. Okay, so for a final go around, we're gonna try the Novus Clean and Shine and Protect polishing stuff that came, and we're using the fuzzy buffer pad on this one now. So this will be the final cut. Concentrate up there in that on the black stripe up there. There seems to be a little haze there. That's not. Well, see how it buffs off. Maybe it'll wipe off. Oh yeah, it is. That looks really good. That's much better than I would have expected I would ever get. Okay, I think we learned something here today. So we'll leave links in the description for the stuff that we used. But I think that's a good fix. You got scratches and stuff on your Lexan rather than have to replace the whole windshield. Give this a try. Anyways, that's all we got for today. Well, okay, that's going to wrap up the test we did. It ended up not being quite as scientific as I thought I was going to start with my test coupons. That kind of fell apart quickly, but we did learn a couple of things. The plastics polish that's advertised isn't really that great. Oddly enough, we ended up using, you know, the mothers, right? The mothers made for aluminum worked as good as any of them. Worked better, actually. And then we did follow it up with the Novus Clean, Shine, and Protect. It's just the final polish, I guess, right? So we were able to get really good results. We did try the flame just for grins. Didn't really work. You may or may not have seen it on the test coupon that we had. It did actually blister the plastic a little bit. So it doesn't really work on the Lexan. So let's see what else. I want to thank my son Wyatt for helping out. He jumped in and he ended up doing the whole windshield of the car for me, and it turned out really great. I was thoroughly impressed with the results that we had. I really didn't think we were going to get the results that we got. So good possibility that you could save, you know, some of the plastics on your car by doing a similar kind of work. The buffer that we got, that was a Zotax buffer. Got it off of Amazon. It was like under $100. Put a link to that in the description, and also to the Mothers and the Novus products that we used as well. And I think that's about all I've got today. If you find my content useful, please consider liking and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And if you just want to buy me a cold beer, there's a link down in the description. You can just, you know, send me a cold one. All right, that's all I got for this time. Again, I hope it's useful, and thanks for watching. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time.